Good afternoon and welcome to After School Snack Time. We are so glad you're here. Hello, friends. It is so good to see you. If this is your first time joining us for snack time, we are so glad that you're here. If you have joined us before, welcome back. We are so glad that you are here too. Introductions are always important. So here at the Kangaroo is Miss Rosalina. She is the Credit Union Savings Kangaroo, and she is the one who plans all of these fun things. I am Miss Parker, the Financial Education and Community Outreach Ambassador, and I get to tag along on all these fun adventures with her. And I'm delighted to be here with you. Each week we have a snack. I hope you have one with you. If you didn't, we're going to make one together. And after we have our snack, we're going to read a story together while we finish enjoying our snack. So let's head on over to the snack time table. Today, we are going to make donuts. Now, you may not have all the supplies out right now, but if you want to write these down, you can make these later. You are going to need 1 1/4 cups of flour, a 1/2 cup of sugar. You'll also need some extra sugar for putting on your donuts when they're done. You'll also need 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 3 tablespoons of melted butter, and a 1/2 cup of buttermilk. You'll also need some oil. You probably want to use something kind of a neutral flavor. Your grown-ups will know what I'm talking about because you don't want the donuts to have the flavor of the oil, but you'll use that in the pan. All right, now let's head on over to the kitchen so we can make this. Who's ready to make some donuts?
Me.
I've got some folks in here ready to help me. Okay, so everybody's got on good listening ears to learn this recipe. So the first thing we have to do is we've got a big bowl. We have some oil in the pan getting hot because that's what we're going to fry donuts in. Next, we have some flour. So we have 1 cup. All right, let's dump that in. And now we need a 1/4 cup of flour. So we're going to get that. All right, let's put that in. Next, we need some sugar. And this is a 1/4 cup of sugar. So we have some sugar. All right, can you put that in the bowl? And next, we need some baking powder. All right, this one calls for, not tablespoons. You got to keep these straight. Stop. We've got a tablespoon and then there's teaspoons. I want to show you because one is much bigger than the other. Do you see this? We don't want to use this one. We need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And the nice thing with baking powder is it has this nice little lip so you can get your scoops even. All right. You got it? Wipe it on the edge. So it's a nice, straight, flat scoop. Dump that in and we need 1 more. All right, we're putting that in. All right. Now we have, and we also need salt. All right, this one, stop.
What is this?
We need a 1/4 teaspoon. I keep my salt over here. All right, so now I have a 1/4 teaspoon. Would you like to put that in? All right, put that in. Good job. Now, we're gonna whisk it all up. Yep. Whisk. It's okay, we'll do it together. We're whisking it all up. All right, that's all ready. Now, we're going
to get some water.
We're gonna get another bowl because we have to do our buttermilk and our butter separately. So, what we need we're gonna do our butter. We'll get this melted. The nice thing with butter, do you see how it has these marks on it? It tells us exactly where to cut the stick of butter for what we're doing. And for this, we want to do 3 tablespoons of melted butter. So I'm going to count over 1, 2, 3, and that's where I'm going to cut it. Now we're going to put this in the bowl, and we're going to put this in the microwave. Would you like to help me?
Uh-huh.
All right. Let's put this in the microwave. We'll start with 30 seconds, and we'll see if that's enough to melt it. All right, we're waiting to see if that's enough. We've got to keep an eye on it because we don't want to bubble the butter over, but we definitely want to make sure it's melted all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody is eating some sugar while we're cooking. Should we be eating sugar right now? Nah. All right, let's see. Not quite melted. Sometimes cooking requires some patience, and so we're using ours today. We're waiting on that, and while we wait on that, let's go ahead and get our buttermilk poured. We need, got some buttermilk. Now, some people will keep the powdered buttermilk around. We normally do that, but the person who made this recipe says the powdered stuff. Uh-oh. We have a mess in here. That's okay. We'll clean that up later. But the person who made this said that it's really important to use the liquid buttermilk because the powdered stuff doesn't give the right consistency for your donuts. So we're going to do a 1/2 cup. Anyone know how many ounces are in a cup? 8 ounces. So if we want a 1/2 cup, we're going to do it to the 4-ounce line. All right, now we're going to put our butter in here. And we're going to mix this all up. Mixing, 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 mixing. And now, hold on. Now it's time to pour our buttermilk mixture into our flour. And as we do it, we're just going to keep mixing and slowly pour it in. See, I haven't poured it all in yet. So we're slowly adding our mix. Slowly, slowly, slowly. We've got it all in now. My kitchen assistants are helping me get this all mixed up.
Now, try mix.
Yep. All right. Let your sister have a turn mixing. All right. Mix.
What does it taste like?
We don't want to over mix it.
Yeah.
All right. My turn. All right. Really important. Don't mix it too much because then it's going to make your donuts taste funny. Sometimes it gets stuck in the whisk and can make a big old mess, but that's okay. All right, so now we have this all ready, and what we want to do is we want to do 1/2 tablespoon balls of dough. So I have my 1/2 tablespoon. I'm going to scoop some out.
Can I do some?
So our balls, are going to be about this big. And then we're going to put them in the frying pan. Right. You don't want to do that? All right. And so now we're going to keep making our balls of dough. All right. Now that the donuts are all done, it's time to taste them. Who wants to taste them? All right, you ready?
On this one.
Okay. Oh, these look so yummy. Mmm. These are really, really good. Should we make these again?
Yeah.
There you have it, friends. You may have noticed while I was making them, I did sneak a couple of bites. But they're so good. Oh. Mmm. Mmm. All right, friends, it is time for a story. So I'm going to put my apron away and let's head over to the story couch. Well, what do you think of those donuts? Would you like to make them? This was a fun recipe, and the great thing is it didn't take very long. I think if you get really good at this, it might take 15 minutes. And I'm not even that good at making these, and it didn't take that much longer than 15 minutes to make them. All right, now that we have a snack, who's ready for a story? Let's head on over. All right, today we're reading a book called Dozens of Donuts, hence the reason for our snack today. I'm very excited about this book. Are you ready? Dozens of Donuts, written by Carrie Finnison, illustrated by Brianne Farley. Early one morning, as autumn leaves scatter, Luann's busy stirring a big bowl of batter. She'll eat some sweet treats, then warm and well fed, she'll sleep away winter, tucked right in her bed. 1 dozen donuts, hot from the pan, toasty and tasty, all for ding dong. Woodrow, do you have enough for a neighbor to share? Sure, says Luann, and she pulls up a chair. 1 dozen donuts, hot from the pan. Half are for Woodrow, the rest for ding dong. Clyde? Luann, feeling generous, offers her plateful. Donuts? My favorite, says Clyde. I'm grateful. You're welcome. Dig in. I'll make more, says Luann. She measures and mixes as fast as she can. 1 dozen donuts, hot from the pan. A few for her friends, and the rest for ding dong. Topsy? I smelled something good. Can I hang for a while? Luann says, come in, but she's lost her big smile. Delicious, cries Topsy. She gulps down a swallow. Luann's heart feels warm, but her belly feels hollow. 1 dozen donuts, hot from the pan, some for each friend and the rest for ding dong. Moufette, Moufette is shy, that she hides in a shrub. Luann heaves a sigh and says, "Come join the club." While her guests eat the donuts, Luann starts to worry. She cracks her last egg and pours milk in a hurry. The last dozen donuts, hot from the pan. A pair for each friend means there's more for ding dong. Chip and Chomp? It sounds like a party. They both scamper in. They fill up their cheeks. Now let winter begin. Woodrow pours cider. They all raise a toast, but Luann is fed up with her job as their host. Uh-oh. She's ready to sleep through snow, ice, and sleet, but winter is near and there's nothing to eat. Deep in her throat, there's a low, hungry grumble. It slowly grows louder. Her friends hear the rumble. One look at Luann, and they all dash for the door. After all, she's a bear, and she's ready to roar. She fusses, she flails, and she slowly grows still. Snowflakes drift down, all is quiet until ding dong. Peeking outside, Luann blinks in surprise. Her friends have come back and they all brought supplies. We counted the donuts you made us, so many. And that's when we noticed you didn't get any. And their sign says, "We're sorry, Luann." Topsy ties aprons. They prop Luann's feet. Chip measures, Chomp mixes, Moufette checks the heat. Dozens of donuts, hot from the pan, stacked up in heaps, and they're all for Luann. But her friends have made more than enough for one bear. She has plenty, and she's happy to share. What did you think of that story, friends? Does making donuts with and for your friends sound like fun? I think so too. I wish I could have donuts with my friends right now. But for right now, we can't quite do that, but we can imagine if we could. Now, I want us to think about something. Luann is a bear. What do bears do during the winter? If you said hibernate, that's right. Bears hibernate during the winter. But in order to do that, they have to eat and eat and eat lots and lots of food. And to do that, they have to gather lots and lots of food. So my guess is they have to do lots and lots of planning to make that happen, right? So I want us to think about something. If she's going to make all these donuts as her food that she's packing up so she's well fed for winter, what do you think she needs to get all those supplies? I think I heard someone say money. That's true. Okay. Now, if you're going to have money, how do you get money? I'm hearing some really funny answers. Well, if the answer was work, then you are right. We definitely have to work to get money. Now, it's been a few weeks since we've had a money talk here on Snack Time. But let's see, for those that have done Snack Time with me before, let's see if you know the 3 things we have to do with our money. We have to save, we share, and we then spend. And when we spend, what do we need to have? A plan. That's right. So in order to make dozens of donuts, I think Luann needed to come up with a big plan. She would have to plan how many donuts she was making, how much she needs in supplies, and then figure out how much do all of those supplies cost. And she would have to make sure she makes enough money to be able to buy all of those supplies. I wonder if you could do the math, not right now, to figure out what would it cost for you to make dozens of donuts. Do you think you could do that? Now, the thing to remember when we make things, sometimes we buy stuff and we don't need all of it for what we're making, right? For our recipe today, I bought buttermilk, but I only needed a little bit of buttermilk. So now I have extra, but I could use it for something else. So I bought it with a plan that perhaps this weekend I could make buttermilk pancakes. Doesn't that sound yummy? So when you plan how to spend money, you can plan other ways to use the supplies for other things than just the one thing you're making. So I hope you enjoyed this story and I hope you enjoyed this conversation. And I have one more thing to share with you. We have something special. Are you ready? Not next week, in a few weeks, we are having a special holiday snack time right here on the credit union. Well, with the credit union. Miss Rosalina is planning something super special. She has already told me which book she's picked out, but I hear she might pick an extra one and she's got something fun for us to do. I hope you'll tune in next week for After School Snack Time when maybe we'll share some more with you about what we have planned. And I definitely hope you'll join us on December 23rd for a special holiday snack time. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the snack, that you eat something nutritious and delicious, and we see you again right here on Wednesday for After School Snack Time. Thank you for joining us, friends. Bye.